Okay, everybody's had time to finish?
Yeah.
Very good, thank you for working hard on this. Let's go over the questions and see what answers you came up with. For question number 1, it was explain why Rosaline is so excited. Can somebody give me a very good answer in a complete sentence? Thank you, Alexis.
Rosalie was excited because President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act, so this meant that she was able to have more rights.
Was able to?
To have more rights.
More rights, and specifically, what was she so excited about?
She can register to vote.
She can register to vote. That was so important to her. And in the next chapter, she goes to vote and she gets in all kind of trouble.
Kids could vote?
And yes, to vote. And she has she has to learn how to sign her name in cursive, because if you can't sign your name, they won't let you vote. Because illiterate people only know how to put an X. And if you can't sign your name, they won't let you vote. So she has to practice signing her name because she's not really literate. She really can't read. Of course, a lot of blacks were not allowed to go to school. Okay. And can somebody give me a citation, a quote from the book that proves that? Go right ahead. Say it loud now.
Hallelujah, Jesus, Rosaline said she watched the television.
Okay, that's why she was watching television, because she was looking at the president sign the Civil Rights Act. That was a really important thing for this country and for the African Americans in this country. Okay, number 2. List one thing we learn about Lily in this next section. And we learn a few things. So give me the first thing that somebody would like to write down.
Her birthday is on July 4th.
Her birthday is on July 4th. And what's the line that proves where we know that? How do we learn that? Read the quote. Did you write a quote?
Oh yeah, I did.
Read it.
Read it.
Oh, I had the same birthday as the country.
She didn't just say my birthday was July the 4th. She's kind of proud, but disappointed, because she says everybody shoots off fireworks, and I'm always thinking that they're celebrating my birthday, but they're really celebrating the 4th of July, which was the birthday of the country, July 4th, 1776, when this first became a country with the Declaration of Independence from England. Okay, anybody have something else we learned about Lily in this section? Besides her birthday was July the 4th? Yes, Justine.
She wanted a charm bracelet.
She wanted a charm bracelet. I mean, she's a 14-year-old. She doesn't have a mom. Rosaline is dirt poor. She can't give her anything. I think at one point, Rosaline, we read she gave her little baby chick for Easter. She wanted a charm bracelet. And can you prove that with a quote from the book?
I can't read what I wrote.
You can't read your own writing. Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay. I started to say, so then what about the bracelet?
Okay, perfect. And is it in quotation marks?
Yes.
Because in the essay next week, I'm going to ask you to prove something that you've stated and quote with a citation and use quotation marks. Okay. Next one. Now, we learn a lot about T. Ray, too, by his actions or his lack of actions. What does he do in this story, in this section? What do we learn about him? Anybody?
What do you mean?
David?
That he doesn't really pay attention to her daughter, like over
He
her
doesn't
birthday.
pay attention, he couldn't care less. Specifically, what about her birthday?
Like,
He doesn't acknowledge it. He doesn't say, happy birthday, I love you, or here's a little gift. I mean, what kind of daddy is that? A rotten one. And I always wonder what kind of daddy he had, because you learn from your parents how to be good parents. I had wonderful parents, I learned how to be a good parent. I have friends who had parents that weren't so good, and so they don't know how to be a good parent because they never had one. So we learn from our parents, and we learn about T. Ray that he did not even acknowledge this little girl's birthday, and you have the quote to prove it, to back up that. Give me some evidence that that's true.
real line.
Read the line.
It's hard to say then what about the bracelet, but I can see he already given his answer in the cost of the selling it.
Gave his answer what?
Yeah, he already given his answer.
So he gave his answer by not answering. He just ignored it. Just ignored it. And that was his answer. Okay? Next one. Explain what Lily does in this section and why she does it. Anybody, please? Yes, sir.
She sneaks out of the house to go to the orchard trees, and dig up her mom's stuff that she hides here.
It's so sad. She wants to remember her mother. It's her birthday. She's kind of sad because her daddy's not acknowledging her birthday. She wants to spend some time with these things that remind her of her mother. Maybe they still smell a little bit like her mother. And what is she doing with the things? Y'all remember reading that? What does she do with them? She lays them on her body. She wants to be close to them. She puts on her mother's glove. And that's when what happens? Her father comes out.
And her shirt was unbuttoned.
Well, the next question was, what does T-Ray think? Not what does he do? What does he think when he finds her? Yes, Isis.
He thinks she was out there having sex with somebody.
He thinks she's out in the field with a boy. And that's not at all what she's doing, but that shows you the way that this man thinks. He always thinks negative things about people, and even his little daughter. And can you prove it? What did you use as proof from the text?
He said, "Who's out there?" He yelled, "Who's out there?"
And he even calls her name. What name did he call her? What sentences did he use?
What?
He called her a skank, didn't he?
He says, you act no better than a slut. I mean, he calls her name and he has no
And
proof.
of course he don't know.
So he's just downright mean, this guy. And that's why she doesn't even call him daddy. And that's why in the next chapter, she and Rosaline get the heck away from T-Ray. They just decide to run away. She's in trouble in jail. And we need to have you guys read the next chapter. Anybody have any questions about this work? Y'all did a wonderful job today. Thank you very much. Okay?
You're welcome.
And we have just a few minutes left. You can read for the balance of the class. And next week we'll be writing Wednesday.
All right.
All right, Mr. Karan.